that's what I'm saying, that I don't have a problem with what he has done, but to be on the same level, on the same page, under the same condition of temperature and pressure, I want to get his data
so are you not being,
and call the very people that he called.
Are you not doing this because he predicted the fortune of your party?
He has been doing that. I have no difficulty. If somebody will vote for my candidate, it does not depend on this.
It doesn't?
Everybody and his personal circumstance.
So look at the national picture.
Which one is
all
the
the individuals from the NDC, they are pairing with Dr. Bawumia. You see,
I have said that Dr. Bawumia, if I contest, I will win against him.
As the president.
But what is there for you to... It will be very, very mind-boggling and mind-breaking for anybody to think that he is coming to do anything else. We have seen him.
That one you believe, but this... It
is not you believe. You are going to vote. The people rejected him emphatically.
But you believe that one. Are you not picking and choosing?
But that one, which one? I am not basing... I am not basing my decision of rejecting Dr. Bawumia on his research. I predicted long ago.
Wow.
Why somewhere 2023 that the greatest mistake the MPP would do is to present... MPP would be to present Dr. Bawumia. That was in the MPP. Because the various reasons they were ascribing did not fall in line with the thinking of the Ghanaian voter.
To close this chapter, let's do the regional thing you did. You're saying that there's some shifts in the base also of the political parties. Is it just favoring the NDC, or it's the case that the NDC also has some challenges to deal with?
Broadly, NDC is okay. Their challenge is in the voter region.
Really?
Yes.
Voter region? Okay.
What we've seen is that the people who openly say they are NDC has declined below 50%.
In the voter region?
In the voter region, yes. And the increase has not gone to MPP, but they've gone to floating voters.
Yes.
That's what you agree?
No. I have my... No, you see, let me tell you. Who is a floating voter? I have a political party.
That's so you have a data on that too?
We have a data. That's what I'm saying, that we will allow him.
So this one aligns with your data?
The majority of the people are with the UP, not floating. No, not that.
All right.
No, I'm not agreeing. He says floating.
Okay.
They are not floating.
Okay. Musa?
Floating between... So you can see the flashing point.
So it's dropping. People who openly associate with the NDC in the voter region,
it's dropping. It's dropping, yes.
I don't have any difficulty or problem with what my brother Musa Dankwah keeps doing.
Right.
I mean, he is trying to fill the void, what the prophets and the preachers have been doing. Because what he has done is not different from what Opambo will stay in the church and predict.
Really?
It's not different from what Ebonowa told us, that there will be flooding in this country. They are all predicting, and that is prophecy. You understand? He is predicting something. There is no automaticity with it that definitely it will happen.
Prophecy is accurate.
Prophecy?
Data is...
How many of it has happened? Oh, these fake ones. And so anytime I see his post, I take it as one of those things. A prophecy. You understand? Because underpinning or underlining every post is all things being equal. Has all things ever been equal in your life? You understand? You are predicting into a future. The government is only 13 months. They are yet to cross major hurdles. They are yet to be tested to see their robustness. We know of the MPP. We know what Bawumia is made of. Yeah. Total waste of everybody's time. We are waiting for what the NDC will do. And the Gen Zs, I think it's unfair to the Gen Zs and even the voters in this country that they are on autopilot. The candidates, absolutely, for anybody to think that the Ghanaian is not capable of going outside the MPP and NDC is to tell us.
When it comes to Ashanti region, MPP used to be over 55%. Openly say we are MPP. Yeah. Today, that number is 34%. MDC used to be 22% on the average. Now it is 30% in Ashanti region. And the floating in Ashanti region has moved from around 10% to 23%. Okay. If you take every floating voter in Ghana today, in the past, most of them are in Central and Western. Today, most of them from Ashanti region.
Yeah, in the UP. Yeah, no. So,
So is it that they are moving away? Is it that they are moving away?
It's a first step. You see, when someone leaves your party, sometimes it's difficult to just jump to another political party.
Yes.
So they will go into a holding pot, floating voter.
yeah, UP.
And then when you don't attract him enough to come back, then he will make the quantum leap to another party.
Do this pairing for us, because you did that the last time you released this. If Ato Forson comes against, because the NPP has a candidate.
Yes.
If Ato Forson, so I'm just mentioning the 4 names we have on the list. If Ato Forson comes up against Dr. Bawumia, are you sure he'll be able to stand him?
The best performing candidate for NDC against Bawumia is Ato Forson.
Really?
Yes.
You have data on that too?
Yes, it's in the report. Look, let's look at Ato Forson and Dr. Bawumia. Ato Forson, Bawumia. Ato Forson is 55%.
You're saying this is also in the document you released?
Yes.
Right. So, and how about, so this is for Ato Forson.
And then Bawumia is 37%. And it's Ato Forson.
37%?
And it's Ato Forson, yes. Alan Martin, 3%.
This is a first-timer. And you know that no first-timer has...
Look, you see...
Against Dr. Bawumia, really? Solo, you see... Solo, no, calm down, Solo.
Blessed. Blessed.
Solo, calm down.
We have held so many theories that have become out of date. We have never had an election where MPP has gotten below what certain number before. There has been a first time. The Gen Z, look, 78% of those who vote today are 44 years and below. Those theories will be thrown into the dogs.
Okay, let's do this. Asiru Nketia, Dr. Bawumia, how is it looking like? So
51% for Asiru Nketia.
51?
Yes. Bawumia 39%.
So if you look at this, the national pairing, for instance, that Musa Dankwah is talking about, if you pair any of the top 4 you have now, Bawumia still keeps doing around 38, 39.
So that is where I come in to say that the better we perform, the more it endures to the party. And for me, NDC has to stay for us to...
Are you not in some bubble thinking that, well, I mean, you're doing well, Bawumia, cannot make it, and then by the time you know, and I think Musa watching me closely.
Whoever comes out will be an NDC person, right?
Yeah.
And all we want is that we should have good governance.
Yeah.
Ghanaians want to enjoy the goodness of governance. And so, Ato Forson...
But after John Mahama, are you sure that you can get someone that with such a high rating, that high?
High as...
Yeah, as high as he is now. Because the ratings Musa put out, his ratings keep going up.
No, of course. So that is him. And it is because of the strength of the party. I'm not sure John Mahama goes to every ministry to go and decide what must be done in that ministry. It is us who do the things we do in the ministry that makes the image rise. Right. So I still believe that let's concentrate on governance. Let's give good governance to Ghanaians. And let Ghanaians feel that it is NDC that is giving them that good governance. Yeah. And then they will retain NDC. The alternative is so scary because the people who have taken us to the doldrums and we have brought Ghana this far, I'm not sure that they ever want to think about coming back. And Ghanaians will never forgive us if we don't put our foot on the pedal and sustain the system that we have now, so that then the people will dream. So usually when they speak, we tell them it's in their dreams because they believe that we should fall so that then they can come up. But we will perform. And like Musa Dankwah said, as long as the economy is sustained, it is good for NDC and maybe good for Ato Forson as he wants to describe. But for me, let us have a hold on governance. So, see, the pools we inform, but it is the delegates that will vote at the end of the day.
And whether delegates.
Yes. So whether Ato Forson will even want to contest is another matter. I don't know whether Ato Forson spoke to him, whether he's one of the people.
You don't want to disclose that, do you?
What we said was that if your name is there, and you're not contesting.
Look at the population of the country, and the fact that you have a more youthful population. Are you saying they will not be identical much more towards a youthful person?
If you have not shown or proven yourself that you can deal with their problems, why do you think they will vote for you?
So if he has shown and proven,
what about if the other two are shown and proven? The elderly person that you want to discount
it is based on the experience we have.
Look, in Malaysia, their former president who was that old. They discarded him and brought in a relatively younger person. Now, when the younger person came, he was messing up. They went back and begged the elderly person. What I'm saying is that we must not be focusing too much on this one is too old. When the person is old and he can deliver. When the person is young and he can deliver.
Are you insecure because your presidential candidate, your last presidential candidate, is above that cutoff point?
Alan Chamantin at any given day, any time, will present a superior policy. It is for the...
No, I'm talking about likability.
No, I will not sit down for anybody to set an agenda, which agenda will not inure to the benefit of the country called Ghana.
Okay,
I will not do that.
Okay.
That you want to use age? No, it's not going to happen. Because I asked him right now, he could not give me cogent reason why anybody above 62 must not be on the ballot.
I'm surprised that's so low.
Everything you are surprised about it. Today you'll be surprised about the law.
I hardly speak my view on data.
Okay.
I always present what people have told me. Ask the reason why they don't want old men.
I want to know the people who told you. I want the list. I want the list. I want to know that contact. I will call them myself.
Do the pulling here. Do the pulling.
But is it not going to give me the list?
So do the pulling.
Everything is serious about this.
Let's get serious.
Yes.
You know, in this discussion we're having, and people who are listening are
I know, but you see the kind of question.
It tells you that Solo has problem with data.
What is data? I'm asking a simple question. You yourself admitted a while ago that you are not God. You're only based on what people have said. I said, give me those that call, and let me also call them. Is it too much to ask? You called people. You solicited information. I am also saying, please give me the same and the list. So that I call. Why do you want
to fight against corruption? Like what I see here, 60%, yes, right? Yeah, that's good. That's commendable, because when you have a lot of citizens thinking that this is good, so this results will tell you that for those who say Ora is dead, this polls is an indication that they were just daydreaming. Mesa and Zato, have you seen? We say Ora Tonsium. You see, 60% of our citizens.
No opinion is as what I think that people are not happy with the level of the aura.
Yes.
So what is this going to do with
increasingly? It tells you that they say government fight against corruption. When it says 60% agree, then it means that
out for soul sourcing. You're not talking about corruption. The money you were supposed to get from from Oral, is it not less than the amount of money that what's the name? This single sole source I don't give out.
How much of it have you?
You package money, give it to sweetheart deals, to NDC contractors.
Which one?
Thank you very much.
Let's be scientific.
Let's be scientific.
Yes, exactly. Let's be scientific.
You are ending in a minute.
You see, like Senor was doing, pick a specific contract, maybe Accra, Kumasi, and show that it should have been X, but the contract is Y. Let's be scientific.
Exactly. I have the data.
No. Okay. So that tells you that Ora cannot be dead. But let's quickly make this point forcefully. I want to remind His Excellency the President. You see, two laws: the Code of Conduct against public officers, which we think will help in the fight against corruption. The President in the SONA indicated that they've taken the bill to Parliament. I've sent people there countless times. We can't get copies. Maybe the Speaker should be aware that, look, his people in the systems that you can't get copies of the bill. The Code of Conduct against public. We need to be able to see so that we can make an offer. And also the Constitution says in Article 106. So that's how I'm drawing the Speaker's attention. Also, the Constitution says the Constitution says in Article 106 that before a bill is dealt with in Parliament, it must first have been published in the Gazette. The Gazette is next to Accra Technical University, or if you like Accra Poly. 2 weeks before, we went to Accra Poly, that place, the Gazette, they don't have copies. So let's stop.
Yes, thank you. More people are aligning. Yes, are aligning with MDC more MPP. That is what the data show you. The question is why. We can hypothesize why it's potentially happening. One, a good number of them could be job seekers and they are afraid of victimization. So the guy, even though he does, you are assuring him of all his anonymity and this thing, the guy is still thinking, maybe if I say I'm moving to MPP, it may affect me. If he's a nurse, if he's a teacher, if he's somebody, it may affect him. So it's safer to be on safe grounds to say that I'm afraid of NDC. That could worry. So a second reason could be maybe they're also bidding for government contracts and government jobs, and they're also potentially afraid that if they won't get the sole source contract that is coming. So all this, I'm saying there are potential reasons. I'm not saying it's possible. Because today,
desirable answers.
Yes, exactly. So today, if I'm a teacher, no, I'm being honest. If I'm a teacher,
I can't even find a connection.
No, I'm finding a connection. If I'm a teacher and I'm unemployed, I'm looking for a job.
But
because we've seen people that are alleged to have been of one particular party being refused contracts. I have one of them just sending me a message right now. My brother, no, I'm just like, okay, let's go. So if genuinely, if I'm unemployed and you call me a pollster, remember, so we sitting here may know that you are promised your anonymity, but they may not know. They may think it's a secret thing. So he tells you that no, because he wants his job. So, I mean, they are playing it safe. So that could be the reason why we are having this, and it's possible. It's also possible that, as I said, the job distance. Either way, it's good that we have this information, that it helps us to grow. Both parties are right now registering their members. I know that. I will be happy if when they finish, they can publish, they can tell us some of their old statistics. Then we can use it, especially we students of political science and we students of polling, we can learn more from it. So they are collecting data from where it matters. So if that data comes out, I don't think they will, because it's too expensive for them to collect that data. And they may not want to make it public knowledge. But imagine they do. Then we could see what is the NDC actually saying they've collected, and what is the MP saying they've actually collected, and then we can add it to this and to broaden our knowledge of the issue.
I am part of the Ghana Institute of Procurement. The Ghana Institute of Procurement wasn't consulted.
If I may come in quickly.
Oh, you are.
My brother.
Point.
I think that I would always want to elevate, in terms of my perspective, to look at the intention of the minister.
Mm-hmm.
The minister really and truly sees a problem. Let's accord him that. Let's not be quick to dismiss him.
No, we all see a problem.
I'm coming.
It's about how you solve it.
I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not be quick to dismiss what he has put on the table. I would rather want us to look at it from his intention. And so let's accord him some, let's credit him with some, if you like, let's pat him.
It's actually supposed to be an independent office, not subject to control or direction of anybody.
I'm coming.
How independent will it be? Wait, pause. How independent will it be if they are appointed by the president? All of them. How independent will it be?
I am coming.
Judges are appointed by the president largely, but they are supposed to be independent.
There are policies. Policies are initiated to solve problems. And so I see the minister desiring to solve a problem. However, in my view, the prescription is wrong. The prescription he has put on the table is wrong, because the prescription is going to give us the same problem as the PPA.
Multiplying.
Look at the PPA's board, membership of the PPA's board. Look at the composition.
It's almost the same, yeah?
It's almost the same.
That's the point.
That's the point I'm making.
Almost the same.
That's the point we are making.
And so, really and truly, the prescription is wrong. In fact, the solution to his problem is even inherent in the PPA Act.
Yes.
Look, it's the value for money is inherent in competitive tender. Value for money, even if you are applying single sourcing, requires approval of the board. And so if the board is even diligent, proactive, up and doing, the board will give you value for money in its approval of even single sourcing. And so, Samson, I think that the problem has to do with the PPA's Act. If we think that the PPA's Act is the problem, which I agree, then the solution should be fixing it rather than value for. Samson, let me wrap up.
But have you realized, I haven't read all of it yet, but the request to the Value for Money Office, which has a unit to conduct value for money assessment, in section 23, this is how it's couched. You know exactly what I'm going to say because you're a lawyer. It says, a public entity may request the office to conduct a value for money assessment or of a proposed or executed public sector project or procurement.
That is the philosophy behind the establishment of the PPA. And so, if anything at all, the board of the PPA must have a board subcommittee for the purposes of value for money.
Okay.
And you see, we have to look at this.
Actually, correction. Actually, the PPA has an office called the Due Diligence Office.
Correct.
That is their job.
Every procurement entity inbuilt in their processes include value for money.
Respectfully, let me say, respectfully, all procurement is aimed at value for money.
All of these we are talking about have not worked.
But some said,
so what should we
do?
do?
There's a distinction.
So let's not add institutions when they are not working.
There's a distinction that we are not even adverting our mind.